Good Wednesday evening, everyone. eMLB action getting ready to fire back up. More Winter League play this evening, but before we get to that, we've got the Rule 5 draft, a one-round extravaganza, pick from the litter of another team, keep that player in the majors for a full season, and they are your property going forward. We've seen some good players selected. Ben Bowden from the Baltimore Orioles is a perfect example of somebody who was selected Rule 5 and has made an impact on a new team. It'll only be one round long, so it won't take us tremendously too long, and after that we'll watch at least one game this evening. We'll have 4 days simmed. And before we get underway, we can take a quick peek on a few of the players. If you have a virtual player, we can check in on them and see how they have been doing. As I stall long enough, in the hopes that that gets more of my GMs in front and center. Free agent? You're not a free agent. Are you? I don't think you got dropped. But you are a brand new affiliate. That you are. Congrats to Tranquil Hill Farms joining the Out of Park Stream affiliate team. Pardon the chronic cough. Rick Tamlin? Tamlin shouldn't be a free agent. Let me check on that. Doesn't look right. Nonetheless, we'll check on that after.
Let's go while we're young.
I say we do what the man says. Let's get her going.
Welcome. Come in. Fresh victims for my ever-growing army of the undead.
Sir, you have to let go of the button.
Well, son of a bitch.
Welcome to the Fluffy Kitty Ninjas Show. Commish LB here with you, welcoming you to the home of the eMLB universe, the perpetual virtual universe that we love to do around here. Welcome to all of you. Everyone calls me Commish. My friends will call me LB. My wife, well, I've been a good boy of late, so she won't call me things before I let her words, but she will from time to time, so we'll leave that right for her. So we make like Blockbuster Video around here. We ask you to be kind, rewind, and in the immortal words of that highly overpaid censor that I have,
Watch your language, you bud. We're on the air.
yeah, watch your language. We don't necessarily go G-rated around here, but we do ask you to be kind. Welcome to all of you as we get ready for Rule 5 first and foremost. Then we will transition over into our Winter League coverage for this evening, although we'll only do one game due to the old throat. Throat's been struggling, Also invested a lot of time in a bunch again. So tomorrow night I am not planning to stream. Excuse me. And I'll probably also include Friday night as well. We'll reconvene and maybe do 2. We'll probably have 2 streams this weekend. Don't quote me on that though. It all depends. As I have a handful of stuff to do on the schedule. In fact, there's a possibility, slight possibility, we might have a day or 2 off here as I yawn. Again, the schedule's all thrown off because of the COVID in the household here. We may take a extra day or 2 off this weekend here as my parents are doing a little bit of anniversary related stuff, their 50th anniversary, and they are renting out the family camp, and I have a feeling they're going to want me up there, and I assure you internet connection stinks. You don't want me trying to do the Sims at all from up there. All right, let's see. Mind your P's, Q's, and all those letters in between. Yes, very true. All right, so we are getting ready to go. We got the Rule 5 draft. Here's how that works. It's 1 round, 1 chance for you to pick a player off of the roster. This is a player that meets certain criteria. Number 1, they are listed in game as a Rule 5 eligible. That means they've got 4 years of professional service. So if you draft a college senior that's 22 years old, he's not going to be Rule 5 eligible immediately at 24. So that's the first criteria. Already had somebody kind of oopsie on that one. So it's not automatically 24 years old. It is, first things first, they have to have 4 years of professional service. 2, they have to not be on the 40-man roster right now. And 3, they also must at least be 24 years old of age. That is a house requirement here, the only house requirement that we have that's separate from how Out of the Park does Rule 5. So those are the criteria. That puts a specific list of people who are eligible. You'll have 30-somethings, you'll have 20-somethings. Hell, we've even had, oh my God, Raimel Tapia was drafted Rule 5 when he was taken off of a 40-man roster with the intent of someone else trying to pick him up, take the financial burden off another team. Worked out for a little bit, then it didn't. So that's the risk that you take. You also acquire the contract in case there is a contract that you are purchasing by doing that. So, going to have a little more of the Schafferhofer tonight. The grapefruit beer, the Hefeweizen. Pretty good stuff. Nothing too potent. Works perfectly for where my throat is right now, because I'll tell you, the Runabout Red yesterday really did not go down very well. There is truth to COVID really messing with your taste buds. Hey, GT. All right, so let's get her going. I kept stalling because the first person to draft would be Danny Smith Jr. and the Oakland Athletics. But I haven't heard hide nor hair from Danny since he came in the other day and dropped a tier 3 sub and then didn't say much more after that. Just see if he happens to be anywhere in the chat. Well, by the way, before I forget, want to say thank you to Serial Killer. Good friend, longtime friend with his 5-month sub. He dropped Optimus Prime on all of us. Apologies for the damage that Optimus does to you. But 5-month sub using that Amazon Twitch Prime. If you've got Amazon Prime, it's Prime Day, you know. If you've got Amazon Prime, that means you've also got Twitch Prime. And that means if you connect your account with that link provided there, you can sub to one channel every 30 days here on Twitch. Does not cost you a dime. I see a boost. So again, Twitch Prime doesn't cost you a dime when you make use of it to the channel you choose to support. But the streamer you choose gets all the perks, as in they basically get paid. So we're getting Jeff Bezos money, and you choose to use it here.
Horny toads!
We yell, "Great horny toads!" No, we say, "Namaste." But then we yell, great horny toads, when Jamie comes in and he drops 10 gifted subs and forces you to watch Yosemite Sam dance. Thank you very much for that, Jamie. Hey! Then Sean Paxlayer says, you know what? We need some Jedi cats in here as well to take out these samurai dogs on the heist tonight. And there's another one. GT gets the gifted sub from Ray's Rule. Aiden Pearson, thank you for doing that. So the half sub will go to GT. Well, you guys came out of nowhere and got the hype train rolling, didn't you? Jeez. So again, Jamie, thank you for the 10 gifted subs. Serial Killer, thank you for Amazon Prime. Sean Paxlayer 5 community subs, and then Aiden dropping a gifted sub over to GT as well. So thanks a bunch, guys. We really appreciate that. Gotta see who got some gifts. Bacon96 got a gift. Nimoy, let's say MJ. Trying to see anybody else. The Vampiric Squirrel got one. Always fear a Vampiric Squirrel. Was anybody else? Hello? Let me see the names here.
Cat, I'm a kitty cat, and I dance, 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 and I dance, dance, dance. Cat, I'm a kitty cat, and I dance, 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 and I dance, dance, dance. Cat, I'm a kitty cat.
Attica, thank you very much for the gifted sub, giving it to the craziest Canuck I know. Crazy Canuck, who I dabble with in iRacing, dabble with in TGC Tours, is a fellow out of the Park Streamer affiliate as well. Very cool. Thank you for doing that. Appreciate that. I got to make sure I reference that it's Crazy Canuck and not Crazy Coach. Awesome. I'm a kitty cat. All right. So, I gave Danny as much opportunity. And Sean Paxlayer dropping a gifted sub on to Cardinal fan. Chuck Norris gets a half boost. And no, just because he's Chuck Norris doesn't mean it gets a full boost or 5 boost. He gets a half boost. There is no exceptions, Chuck Norris. Just saying. Hey, all right, so we are ready to do this draft. I have given as much extra time, thanks to you guys, on trying to give people an opportunity to scoot on in. Danny Smith Jr. is on the clock, and I don't think Danny is here. I have not heard from Danny, so that will officially mean that the Athletics will skip. Commissioner's discretion, though. But yeah, try telling that to Truck, you know. The good thing is that he's 206 years old, so he will, we can always say, hopefully he didn't hear that I said that. All right, so first things first, if you're here and you got a gifted sub, you have been invited to join the craziest perpetual universe of baseball. Join us in the Fluffy Kitty Ninja Discord. You're being invited to create a virtual player to be drafted in the amateur draft. Not tonight's Rule 5 draft. In the amateur draft in July, when we do a lot of pomp and circumstance. Let us tell your story going forward. So if you got a gifted sub, you've just been invited to create a player. Join us in the Discord, see the create a player section, ask around. We'll gladly get you set up, and we hope to see you here regularly. Now Crazy Canuck's obligated to create a player. Yes. Yes, he is. I don't even know if Canuck's ever been to the channel before, to be honest with you. If he sent a DM, then I most likely got it. Let me just say that I got your instructions. Yes, I did get your instructions, Andrew. All right, so Danny's not here. He has not answered. So that means I am going to skip the athletics. Eddie, double checking. You had sent me 2 names, but again, as mentioned to you, you did not take into consideration that they need to have 4 years pro and be identified. Not just automatically players that are 24. They have to be identified as 4 years in pro service. That would make them Rule 5 eligible. So the people you put on that list is not. Just double checking if you are here, if you have anyone new that you might want to throw on the list. You've got a couple minutes. Then if not, our next selection after that. Rockaway Joe just joined us in the Discord. Welcome to you. And I saw you got a gifted sub, so Rockaway, absolutely, please feel free to create a player. Send that to me in a DM. Toronto will be next. Correct. You are on the 40-man, so you cannot go anywhere. You also need to be 4 years. You also have to be 24, so you can't go anywhere until you're 24 years old anyway. Yeah, you can whisper if you have a selection you want to do. That'll be fine. Is anyone hearing the Jeopardy theme playing? I don't know. Are we? Do you hear the Jeopardy theme playing? Did I want suspense? Yeah, we want a little bit of suspense. All right. Sans Grumpy says he thought he heard it. Nope, no response from the Marlins, so they will stay with skipping their pick. Toronto will be up, and I believe Harris said he is also passing this evening. Blue Jays will not be in attendance tonight, so they will email a list shortly, so let me double check and make sure that I have a list. I got a list. See if they are available. Go by names here. Oh, wait, I gotta put the filter on so that I don't have a million people on here that are not. So age is at least 24. Let me see. I see our first selection has been made. Tim Bennett from Kansas City. He is in rookie ball right now. 26 years old. He shouldn't be. He's just listed there right now. He did play in AAA Omaha this past year. Hit .387 with 3 home runs and 19 RBI. He also played in AA for oh my God, forget what NWA is short for. But hit .354, no homers, 35 RBI, 29 stolen bases. Not a real big threat expected at the major league level. Good gap hitter, ability to keep the strikeouts down, good speed, adequate defense. Not bad to take a flyer on a guy like this when you're a team that's drafting third. Could there have been better selections out there? Definitely. But This is a 12th round selection from 2021 out of Rice. Bennett has shown he can hit decent, or at least he might be stepping it up here this past season, and he definitely did hit well considering that he's not a power-based threat. So he has the ability, maybe not your best type of leadoff hitter, but if he can duplicate or even come in between where he hit in 24 at 261 and this 350 range he's hit, even if he hits 280, 290, that's adequate. But I assume that he's not going to be a starter, probably looking at a fourth outfielder that you can stash and try to develop further, who still has upside potential, you have to think. So, Tim Bennett is going to be the first official selection here from any teams. Toronto Blue Jays will select him. Again, any player selected Rule 5 draft must stay in the majors unless they're on the injury list. And again, we watch injuries to make sure that no one is stashed that is healthy on there. You cannot keep a player that's healthy there. Players Association will find teams for that. So Bennett must stay in the majors or be returned to Kansas City later this season. All right, he's drafted. Yankees will be up. Pete did let me know that the Yankees will be skipping, so we will move on. That will get us to the Cincinnati Reds. Jared Rollins. Where are you going, Mr. JR? So while I have an opportunity, you see the bar next door. If you haven't been here yet and wondering what that's all about, third annual Fluffy Kitty Ninjas Charity Streamathon is coming. We are a month away from the Streamathon at my peak, but I will be streaming every day of the event. It's going to start on Thursday. Excuse me. I'm going to start on Thursday, August 11th, and conclude on Sunday, August 14th. 4 days where I will be streaming, and then I will also be having fellow streamers that will be joining in, all with the intent of raising money for the Dana-Farber Cancer Institute, where we were looking to strike out cancer in kids. We are looking forward to doing it. Last year, we raised over $5,000. We did it with a much smaller community. We did it before we got the check mark next to our name here as a Twitch partner. We're looking to go bigger this year, and we hope to have your help for it. So prior to that gauge is how many sub points have been generated since I returned from vacation. Every point that moves up, I am adding $1 as a match. So right now I am up to $83 as a match that I will do. We get that bar all the way across the 250. I double the match to 250 points. I double the match. $500 will be the match. But that's just the first spot. The first spot is once this gets to 125. Once we get to 50%, right now I'm going to do an 8-hour stream. You keep bumping that up, you get me halfway to 250. We're going an extra hour. Becomes a 9-hour stream. Get it to 250, 10-hour stream, and I double my matches. I will reset the bar. Here's the final challenge. The final challenge is that you get me up to 500 sub points total. Once you get to 250, every point above that is a double match. I will pay $2 for each one. I will do a maximum of 500. I get to 500 points, $1,000 right from yours truly. 12-hour stream. You don't want to watch me for 24. But I will be doing a 12-hour stream on Saturday with all the other content that I have planned on Thursday, Friday, and Sunday. We expand that. That's going to involve some community games that we'll do, as well as the challenges that I'll have here. Going to play some Rocket League with my family. Going to probably do some Mario Kart as well. We will redo the Fastest Kid on iRacing game. This time it will be the teenager Rocky Draws, the soon-to-be driver. It will be the goalie, And I'm also going to include the dinosaur this year, the 10-year-old. That'll be interesting. Anyway, you sent your donation via Discord DM. All right, I got to check in with you on that. And depending upon how you did it, I may send it back to you. We're not at the point of doing donations officially for the charity, but I'll circle back with you on that anyway. Oh, they might be watching Amaranth too. All right. Anyway, JR's pick is in. This could be a good one. If he is available. Yes, he is. Alan Brokale. 1.0 name from the Arizona Diamondbacks. That gives me an opportunity to do this super quick. Hold on one sec. Who is Alan Brokale, you say? Well, let's look at the 1.0 doppelganger of Brokale. Let's also dilute this down. He, funny enough, spent most of his career as a Diamondback to start off, and he's in a Diamondback jersey here in 2.0. 285 average, 171 home runs for Brokale in that time. He was still an active player at the time that we... I'm sorry. He fell off the face of the earth and did not end up playing in the final 4 seasons in the major league. Still 1,150 hits, 285 career hitter, almost a 500 career slugging percentage for Brokale back in that universe. As we come back looking at his 2.0 doppelganger, he's a 24-year-old from Coral Springs, Florida. Played out of East Carolina. Those Pirates, NC Pirates, shout out right there. 6th-round draft pick in 2022. Played for Visalia this past year, hitting .352, 8 homers and 61 runs batted in. He's an adequate third baseman, nothing stellar, might be better over at first. A good arm for third, just kind of your standard average third baseman, not the fastest of reflexes, but average to above average offensive talent overall. Brokale hasn't developed the way that he did in the 1.0 era, but it doesn't mean he doesn't have an opportunity to contribute on a team here. He has the ability to be an above average hitter, and if he can develop further, he might even be even more of a threat than you see here. So, JR going with what he knows. Alan Brokale will be selected from the Arizona Diamondbacks organization and will get sent over to Cincinnati. Uh-oh. Cardinals starting a fight on the 1-20 rating system. All right. Cleveland Indians are up, and Sadier has already sent me a request. So let's scoot on over. Hey. Thank you, Sean Paxslayer, for another gifted sub. Almost 200 gifted subs. My friend, thank you very much. I sincerely appreciate it. Pockets ain't full. Well, when you've got balls of yarn now next to your name, your pockets will always be full. So thank you. That pushes the gauge a little bit further down. $84 to be matched to the Dana-Farber Cancer Institute on Jimmy Fun Charity Streamathon weekend. All right, back to where we were getting to. Jeremy Nero has been selected by the Cleveland Indians. being taken from the central rival Detroit Tigers. Nero is a 26-year-old right-hander from McAllen, Texas. He has not played in the majors yet. A couple seasons at AAA this past year. 18 appearances, 3 of them were starts. 3-2 record with a 4.44 ERA. Whip was a respectable 1.21. Throws mid-90s with a fastball, curveball, slider, changeup combination. Gotta say, he's got 3 pitches that have the ability to be out-type pitches. And he could be your type of borderline starter as well. So again, for Cleveland, good opportunity for them to get kind of a player that can work in a versatile role, can eat up innings in a mid-case role, could be a starter, could be a follower. Probably not enough stuff to be a top-end rotation guy, or, of course, any back-end rotation player. Now, Ben Bowden has turned into a stellar setup kind of guy in Baltimore that was a Rule 5 pick. I don't know if I see Nero in that particular capacity from what we've seen from him, but absolutely solid pick for what the Indians could do with him. Jeremy Nero will be selected from Detroit and heading over to the Indians. All right, the Rockies will be up. I think that's Turkey Bacon. Bacon's got a few open spots on his roster right now with a lot of free agents that made their way to free agency, so we could possibly see an acquisition here. Could be pretty versatile of where he chooses to go. Whisper from Turkey Bacon. You know what? Here is where I have to say commish discretion. Kellum Clark is who you selected, and Aiden brought it to my attention earlier that Kellum Clark somehow fell off, and he had him protected before. I'm double checking that. Of course, Clark is in Atlanta's Winter League program. So unfortunately, I'm going to say that's where I always say commissioner discretion, as a just in case. This stupid that people just get removed because you put them on the Winter League roster drives me nuts. So unfortunately, Kellum Clark is an off-limits player because Aiden did approach me as soon as I released the file and said, hey, Kellum Clark is not supposed to be there. I need to fix that. So let me know if you have a different player in mind now, Twerk, and we will get working. That offhand, don't get me wrong, that could be the only player that I can think of that officially is off limits. So what I'm going to do, though, just going to sneak over as a Brave here, and I'm going to add him to the 40-man roster as intended. And now we will get us back to that. All right, so now we'll go back to the draft pool. We'll continue the draft. And you said Brandon Fields, I think, is a safe selection. Let me double check for you. Brandon Fields. Brandon, a 24-year-old who is from Orlando, Florida, as I drop my phone here. Second round draft pick back in 2020. Left off the 40-man roster by the Cubs here. Was eligible due to turning, he's been 24 for a while. Turned 25 this coming April. Fields played in Myrtle Beach this past year. He hit 275, 27 home runs, and 92 runs batted in. It's a guy who hit pretty well in A-plus ball. Don't know what Twerk has in mind in regards to the amount of time he will play. Right-handed bat, that will benefit more most likely at Coors Field. Guy who has the ability to hit the ball. He can play the corner positions pretty well. Great arm, probably better to be considered for a right field type of role. Has above average speed, but won't call it stolen base type of speed. But definitely could benefit from the rarefied air of Coors Field. So I think that's a pretty good pick. Nice job on that one. Sorry about the first selection you made. But that was immediately brought to my attention as that isn't right, sir. So, Brandon Fields is selected by the Colorado Rockies from the Chicago Cubs. Pittsburgh Pirates. Let me double check if Cody sent me a list. All right, Cody just sent me a list about 20 minutes ago. Go way down. Oop. Jackson Robertson is who he's asking for. That's a 1.0 player. You know what it is? It's a clone of Jackie Roberts. And I realized I had two, and it didn't make sense to delete a player because I screwed up. So this is since it's been created, he's been doing his own thing. Jackson Robertson is a 24-year-old from Gentry, Arkansas, Georgia Tech grad, played in drafted 11th round 2021. Definitely a stolen base kind of guy. Can hit the ball decent for average, not known for his speed, for his power or his patience. So he isn't going to rack up a lot of walks. In fact, the past season, 234 plate appearances in A-ball Lexington. He amassed 8 walks, and he only struck out 13 times. So he's stingy on the strikeouts because he doesn't go deep into counts, and he also will keep the walks down. So don't look at him as a huge OBP guy unless he's a high average hitter. But he's a great speedster. He's an adequate defenseman. I think he'll fit well. And again, you're not trying to bring him to mash the ball to hit 30 home runs in Pittsburgh PNC Park. More of a pitcher's park. So use him for his speed and his ability to try to get on base, at least put bat on ball. That could be adequate for a hit and run arsenal that Cody can be famous for. So Jackson Robertson is going to be selected out of the Kansas City Royals, drafted to the Pittsburgh Pirates. That'll put in Minnesota. Excuse me. And all right, so GT, you are here. I just got a whisper from you. I see your selection. Let's go see if that's a legit one. Gavin Casas, or Casas, from the excuse me, from the COVID cough. Gavin Casas from the Philadelphia Phillies, Pembroke Pines, Florida native, 4th round selection back in 2020, played for AA Reading this past year, 287 average, 26 homers, and 81 runs batted in. Cassius, is that what it is? Cassius? All right, we'll go with that. I appreciate any form of pronunciation correction. So, Cassius, first baseman. Yeah. It's just will not go away, and it affects me. So apologies for when I have those fits and I cannot stop myself from coughing here. So Cassius is playing in Winter League ball with Philadelphia. Unfortunately, Witt has gone massively AWOL here, and I gave him a 24-hour warning. That was about 27 hours ago, and he has not answered the call. So it's safe to say that the Phillies are going to be a vacant team here currently, and for the moment I'm running on proxy. I was the one who decided what players were going to be protected, and I didn't think Cassius was going to be a risk. Here he goes. It is what it is. Reading is going to see Cassius heading over in this one. Not a bad player. Definitely a home run type hitter. He's shown it 25 home runs in 24-26 in 2025. So does that mean he hits 27 here this season? Boy, wouldn't you like that if that's in the major leagues. So good selection. Gavin Cassius is going to be selected by the Minnesota Twins. How to put the Los Angeles Dodgers up. I do have a list from Mr. Holland. And JR, you'll be pleased to know that the first selection that Chris wanted was Alan Brocale. But because he's been picked, we're going to go with... Oh, thank you, honey. This episode of the Fluffy Kitty Ninja Show will now be sponsored once again by Hall's Breezers, courtesy of Mrs. LB. Steve Pickard, pitcher from AAA Toledo in the Detroit Tigers system. He was 0-4 this past year, 7.6 ERA, 1.83 WHIP. So did not have a good season in AAA. AA Erie, though, he was 8-5 with a 3.46 over 16 starts. That's 112 innings. WHIP was still high at a 1.43. He's not a strikeout kind of guy. He throws low to mid 90s with a cutter, changeup, curveball, but he's more of a pitch to contact type of guy versus swing and miss type of approach. He's 6'2", 200-pound right-hander, tries to work the ground ball focus in. So again, his biggest risk is that he's just not known for getting strikeouts. He is a top 100 prospect, currently 85th best prospect here in Detroit. Kind of surprised that this player is available, but considering his record, maybe Mark felt he had better. Dodgers will draft him. That gets us to the 11th pick, and that is Mr. Aiden Pearson. Atlanta is going to go after a known eMLB quantity. Wuhan Nie from Taichung, Taiwan. He played with the Giants in the past. Brent, why would you be in this draft? You just got drafted in the past one. This is a Rule 5 draft where players with 4 years and not on 40 bands would be selected. So, just wondering. But anyway, 4 seasons in the majors for Nie thus far. He's a career 260 hitter, not known for his power, 23 homers, did have 42 stolen bases in his time. So this is a pretty good pick. Again, Nie is a proven commodity. He never got into the majors in Colorado with what they had out there. So he's a good defensive talent, more for a corner infield, phenomenal arm, run at your own risk in regards to Nie. He's a respectable runner. He did steal 24 stolen bases in his last 2 seasons in the majors, and he can hit fairly decent. Again, he's a 260 career hitter. He brings value. It's not a bad risk. And again, he'll be at a minor league, or he'll be at a minimal contract, and you have control of him for up to 3 seasons if you keep him for the rest of the year. So he's still got good time. He won't turn 30 until June. So yeah, that's a pretty good selection. Wuhan Nie is going to join the Atlanta Braves. San Francisco Giants. What you feeling, Mr. Kilkenny? Let me double check.
I
Oh.
am Optimus Prime.
Hashtag Almost a baby.
Almost a baby. 1 more month. Thank you very much for the resub, Zito. 8 months now for us. Kyler Murray gonna get another boost there. If truly available, always a good way to put it. If truly available, they want Sam Weatherly. Let's see if Weatherly is on the list. I don't believe there's any reason why he would not be. Sam Weatherly is listed there. Oh. Mega boost for Denbrew. Lion-O and the Thundercats summoned to put a big thumping on them Samurai Dogs. +6 boost for Denbrew. Congratulations. Down Billy Anderson. Right on the 5,000. I see. All right. I really hate to do this, but this is why I say commissioner discretion. I know Mark has been on the road. This is the third player that would be drafted. Weatherly, from my vantage point, shocks me he'd be available. It could be. I'm not sure. I'm going to look at something. It's not a case of having a full 40. Okay? It is a case of having a full 40. Weatherly's 26. I hate doing this, guys, but I feel like because Mark did say he's on the road and hasn't been able to look at the file closely. Sorry. That he hasn't been able to look at the file as closely. I feel like I've got to step in and block this one. And I hate doing it. Because we already had 2 other players already drafted from Detroit. It makes me feel like Mark wasn't given a full opportunity to look at it. So I really hate to do it. I feel like I've got to say ixnay on this one. So if you do have another selection you'd like to do, I can gladly do that. But I feel like at this point I've kind of got to put a protection on Detroit, at least for a guy of that level. I just feel like I'm going to get an earful or possibly even someone wanting to step down because they look, I just could not keep up with their time commitment. Yeah, I'd also have to say, I believe Ben Carey's out on the list, and I'd have to ixnay that because I know Carey could be a decent potential type player. So just my 2 cents. So Sean, you want to pass? Okay. All right. So Seattle Hetz is up. Don't know if you want to go off what you might have sent me. Let me see. Yep. You want me to go on your first selection that you have on the list? Okay, very good. Going with experience on this one. Tony Cingrani, another Rice grad being selected in this one. Cingrani, 36-year-old left-hander, still has it, or at least he's shown it in Round Rock and AAA this past year. 3.63 ERA, 1.25 WHIP. Might be a bit more of a lefty specialist these days. Hasn't seen the majors since 2023. And he will be... Oh, you want me to do that? No. Okay, there you go. All right, so Cingrani in his career. There we go. Big night for Sean Baxley. He's got the +6 boost, and he dropped Jedi Cats on us and a couple more gifts. So a busy night for Mr. Paxler. Thank you very much, and congratulations on that. So Cingrani, 660 plus innings in the majors, a 3.88 career ERA. This will be his 7th team that he sees in his career. He'll turn 37 just after July 4th. Cingrani, if he can do it, that could be a very adequate selection. He's going to be inexpensive as well. So Tony Cingrani, drafted by the Mariners, as they will go with experience over youth in this one. White Sox. Let me see if Josh had sent me anything. I don't think Josh might have told me that he wasn't picking. No, he said he was... No, nothing. Josh, are you here? It is why I absolutely hate making these decisions, but I've got to kind of give a real-life bend here and there. And when someone says they're at work and don't have a list and haven't looked at stuff super well, I just feel like I have to act in some capacity to protect. If this was our careers and we were getting paid to do this, no exceptions. But I've got to give a little bit of leeway here for real life. Again, you know, Cody's got COVID, so if Cody was struggling and needed help, I would have done my best to help him. Hopefully you're feeling all right, sir, if you are out there watching us right now. So I don't see Josh on the list here. I don't see that I have anything from him. Let me double check that. Make sure that I didn't miss something. Nope. The throat does not like me. All right, I don't see anything from Josh. I'm going to consider that a skip by the White Sox. I remember the camper van breaking down because I was singing like Peppa Pig in a camper van. Milwaukee Brewers, Jason Hillman. I believe I have something from Jay. I do. Oh, other way. Maybe we'll get to it. Dear God. Roberto Pena from the Pittsburgh Pirates, Triple-A pitcher from Pembroke Pines, Florida. Right-hander, 15-6 this past year, 3.54 ERA. Seems like that's pretty decent. But why would Cody have done that? So, apparently, I guess that feels fine. I mean, I've had Cody responding. So I'm going to have to say that's a good one. Pena, 26, has not made the majors before. Has a little bit of talent here in regards to offense. Don't know how solid that'll be. So, yeah. I don't know. Didn't think that one was going to go get looked at. I don't know. But Roberto Pena looks like a clean selection here for the Brewers as they steal from within the division. Phillies are up. I need to remind myself real quickly. Again, I'm kind of acting as a proxy here for the Phils at this point. Give me one moment. I'm going to hide behind the Be Right Back logo for a sec so that I can go in as the Phillies scouts and make a decision from that. Still here, just peeking at a couple more things. Looks like this is going to be a case of a pass here for the Phils as I take a peek. I don't think there's anything that's going to outright improve them that they can't do from within. So we'll take a pass on that one. Detroit's up. Already told me that that's going to be a skip. So we'll move on. New York Mets. Denbrew. If you're just joining us, you are watching our coverage of, we're at your selection, Denbrew. It's the 18th pick of the draft. Mets are up. One selection only. Sam Weatherly has been voted, as well as Ben Carey. Those are going to be voted off limits players. After the Rule 5 draft, we will have one game of Winter League action that we will watch this evening. That you flipping over a chair there, a table on Heist Attica? Funny. Denbrew, are you selecting? It is your pick. Clock is ticking. "30 more seconds, Denbrew, and then I must move on." After the Mets, it will be the Astros, the Rays, and then the Diamondbacks. Diamondbacks, I believe, are skipped. Hi. You're up. You've been up. Are you selecting? Denbrew said ex Bobby Bonilla. Good luck with that one. That's going to cost you for another 12 years. All right. I just got a list. All right. Shane Shiflett is being selected from the Colorado Rockies by the New York Mets. He is a 27-year-old switch hitter from Venice, Florida. Played for Albuquerque AAA. 278, 10 home runs, 41 runs batted in. Very respectable speed, very respectable utility player. Can play the middle infield, can play all three outfield positions, although I wouldn't advertise him to be a center fielder at all. Not going to be the most potent offensive player that you're ever going to see, but he has decent enough hand-eye coordination and can keep the strikeouts down. And if he can get on base, he's going to wreak havoc. So if you're putting him in a role of being a versatility player, if this is a guy who's going to give a Louis Guillorme a night off, as an example, although Guillorme, I believe, has moved on, but he can play the outfield corner positions. If you're going to have him play in a spot, he'll give you good defense. Could be a late inning defensive substitute kind of player as well, too. So, University of Florida, another Gator! Shane Shiflett will be selected by the New York Mets. They're going to stay on their Winter League rosters. They can't be moved around in Nats. So they'll stay on the Winter League roster that they're on. But when they go back, they're going to land on the team that they're on now. So I'll make sure that those of you who are drafting these players, make sure you keep a tab so that you don't lose them by the game being like, huh? Rule 5 in the middle of a tournament? Glitch! Release. You know how that goes. All right, Houston Astros are up. I think Ben had said that he sent a list. I have a list. It's going to go with Yadier Alvarez, former number 5 pitcher in the Red Sox organization, now 29-year-old Cuban right-hander. A few seasons in the majors this past year. He was 5-3 with a 5.8 ERA, mostly in relief in that role. He had pitched a couple seasons in a starter's role and never looked good in it. Frequently prone to a fair amount of walks. He had walked 155 players in 250 innings of work. He can strike out a fair amount, so that's not the problem. He has a good fastball, a good slider. He throws hard. He has a respectable curveball. It's the changeup. Doesn't fool anybody, so when he goes off speed, he can get burned for it. But if you're using him in a relief role, maybe he'll serve a better purpose here. But his days in Fenway didn't work well. Although I'll say this. Fenway and Fenway and Minute Maid remind me that some similarities to each other with the exception of right field or right center field. But left field has a lot of similarities. So I don't know if this is going to be as good of a move for Alvarez, that he'll do any better in Houston, but we'll see. He's a $1.1 million risk to the Astros in this instance. Yadier Alvarez is being selected from the Red Sox to the Astros. That gets us to the 20th pick. Tampa Bay is up. I don't think Charles is here. I don't think he sent me any requests. Sean Paxlayer is saying, hey, inflation's a real problem. We're charging an awful lot of money now. All right, I don't see Charles here. I don't have a list from him. I will check email to see if he had sent anything last minute. Nope. So the Rays are going to be a pass on this one. Diamondbacks are up, and I believe Aaron is also a skipper-rooney. Yep, in Green Bay, so Arizona not taking anyone. All right. Red Sox. Don't see anything from Billy, so Billy will also be a skip. Minerva, you are up. Do you want me to just go off of your oh, you sent me a whisper, so we'll go off your whisper instead. Okay. Do it this way. We just talked about him. Jeff Piazza from the Oakland Athletics being selected by the Kansas City Royals. He was a 1.0 staple. He was my version of Jason Varitek. We jokingly call him the cousin of Mike Piazza in the 1.0 universe. He is from Plymouth, Pennsylvania, 6 feet tall, 200-pound, 24-year-old left-hander. Average to slightly above average offensive ability, a good speedy catcher for a catcher, and a respectable type of defensive mindset. Definitely a leader type. He's a smart guy. He's a hard worker. He is definitely a captain type of persona, so you've got to think that he's going to be a good clubhouse presence. He's going to join the Kansas City Royals here in this instance. Someone was watching the game Monday night. Yes, Piazza was in that game. So, Royals will draft Jeff Piazza. Cardinals. Anjou, I believe, had a list. It's one player long. Kobe Blunt, 26-year-old right-hander from Clarkston, Washington, in the Chicago Cubs system. Gonna go within the division and take him. He was 10-12 with a 4.29 ERA this past year and a league average 1.3 WHIP, 182 strikeouts. So he struck out more than one batter every inning he was in. Not known to be a dominant type of strikeout guy from his scouting reports. He throws mid-90s with a fastball, a good curveball to complement that. The changeup could use some work, but it's still a respectable pitch, considered to be average to slightly above average. He's a workhorse. He's not ever been given a lot of respect from scouts, but he has the ability to be an adequate player if used in the right role. This could be a guy who he works on his excuse me, if he works on his pitches a little more, or even considers adding a fourth pitch, he might become more dominant. Might be able to back up those strikeouts a little bit more. So not a bad selection here at all. 5'10", 195-pound right-hander Kobe Blunt is going to be selected. He was a 12th round draft pick back in 2022. He will make his way over to the St. Louis Cardinals. Oh, wait a minute. Hold on a sec. Wah, 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 wah. You cannot draft him. Kobe Blunt is not going anywhere. 40-man roster is full. So Cardinals will have to skip. That was a requirement. You had to have room on the 40 if you wanted to get a player. I wrote that. So, nope. If you're here, Anjou, all I can tell you is you might tell me 40. That's not what I see. Well, when? If you sent it to me after 3 o'clock, I also was very specific in writing. I was not doing another export after I downloaded it 3 o'clock. I see 40. Oh boy. Okay, hold on. All right, so I'm moving on. It is a invalid pick. Again, Anju is saying that he had sent a change in the 40-man roster after I sent the file. I specifically wrote to the league on yesterday, 10:16 in the morning. I said Wednesday, 3 o'clock is your deadline for Rule 5 roster changes, and send a new league file out to you. That would be on 12/21, which I did. I also put in bold and in caps. You know me and my bold. That's telling you, pay attention to this. No further imports done today, so plan Winter League moves accordingly. As you indicated, he sent a removal of a player after, an hour or two after the file. Invalid. I was not pulling imports because that allows you guys to try to sneak players in and out. So that's why I was very specific. 3 o'clock was your hard deadline, also including whether or not you had a 40-man. So that is an invalid selection per my instructions. We are moving on to the Cubs. I have instructions from Jake, and he says Cubs pass. Rangers, Jamie, I know you're here. All right, excuse me, guys. Cough is picking up here because of all the talking I'm doing. All right, selection is in. This is the 26th selection, so we are almost done here. Caden Wallace, first baseman from the Washington Nationals. He was in AA Harrisburg this past year. 273 average, 2 homers, 11 RBI. He also played in Potomac, hitting 249, 5 homers, and 40 runs batted in. Projects to be a pretty solid defensive-minded first baseman. Also can play very well over at third, or at least I'll say, excuse me, hiccup, above the average over at third. Good speed as well, too. He did steal 34 stolen bases for A+ Potomac back in 2024. He's graded to have average ability to put bat on ball, to hit for home runs, so he'll be kind of an average type of producer, but he's shown some pretty solid all-around ability, so you got to give some credit to him. 10th round draft pick back in 2020, 24-year-old right-handed bat, first baseman with a third baseman ability. I think that is a pretty decent selection here for Jimmy Thurman and the Texas Rangers. All right, San Diego and Steve, I did get your whisper. Let me go over to it. Wallace was your second selection. Excuse me. Mike Kretschmann from the Oakland Athletics. Danny. Oakland Athletics left-hander, 27-year-old from New York, New York. He was a Virginia grad, 6th round draft pick back in 2021. 10-13 this past year. ERA just north of 4.5. with a whip of 1.5. Throws a fastball, curveball, slider, and a split finger in the upper 90s. Grades to be average, slightly above average in all of the major categories: stuff, movement, and control. Had 174 innings long, so he definitely had a heavy workload this past year, but also allowed 210 hits. Kretschmann again played Triple-A in Pacific Coast League for the Las Vegas Aviators. He has not made it to the majors yet. He was 1-1 in Oakland for Winter League play. So Kretschmann will be selected here by the San Diego Padres. Gonna have to say at this point, I'm also ixnaying Oakland Athletics, as that's 3 Athletics picked. I think I'm gonna have to start to enforce an old limit rule that I used to do, because, well, sometimes it just seems life gets in the way and some people are asleep at the wheel. Angels. I don't know if Tom sent me a list, or he just told me they're skipping. All right, 2 more selections. We'll go to the Baltimore Orioles. I don't recall if Brendan is here. Oh, Brendan sent a instructions, or said he was skipping in the chat today. All right, so Nationals, Pirate, any selection? This is our last pick of Rule 5. Apologies again, the COVID cough is being atrocious tonight. No pick, so skip. That means we are officially done. So I'm going to skip the rest of this. So that gives me a quick opportunity. Let me do this. I'm going to skip away the rest of this. Gonna go take the dog out, take myself out, and then when we come back, we will have 1 game of Winter League action. So, Rule 5 draft in the books. We will take a quick break, change gears, and get ready for a game of Winter League ball from Mexico. You're watching the Fluffy Kitty Ninjas show, the home of the eMLB universe. We'll be right back. Coming back live, Fluffy Kitty Ninjas show, eMLB Winter League action as we are in the midst of our off season. We're going to do just 1 game tonight, again, due to time constraints, just because I've been streaming an awful lot of late, and the throat post-COVID has really been struggling. So, let's see what we have. I've simmed a few days already. This is the final day of the sim, so that we have an opportunity to see a little bit of action. I just saw that my counter dropped off. It was in the 80s, so ignore what that number is. I am keeping a running tab to make sure that I don't miss anything, so I know where we are coming into this, and I will make sure that everything is correct. About how you create a Winter League. You create a tournament on the side. You have to do some structure to it. Right now is not the best time for me to make that explanation possible, but you create a Winter League by adding a tournament, having it be affiliated to something, and then you deal with the headaches of players just randomly dropping off teams. Doesn't work as well as it does in Football Manager, unfortunately. So, all right, so let's see who's here and what games we might watch. We're here to try to feature some of your players. We have the White Sox taking on the Rangers, Giants and the Padres, have the Rockies and the Orioles, Royals taking on the Yankees, Reds have the Twins. I know Serial Killer was here earlier, so we could take a peek at Xavier Odom, possibly. Diamondbacks and the Brewers, Cubs, Indians. Don't think Jake's here right now. Red Sox and the Mets. So with Brad here, he was going to ask if he's in the tournament. He is. Here's his player right now. 3 hits and 25 at-bats. Just a 120 clip so far to start your Winter League action here thus far. Minnesota is here. JR is here. Utley always makes you think of Chase. Yes, I think that was the intent. Was that's what he created and molded the player by. So Reds and Twins sounds good because I know Serial Killer is here. I know we have a few other variety players that we could peek at in that one. So there's one possibility. We got Red Sox, Mets, Mariners, Braves, Cardinals, Tigers. Oh, it's your mom's last name. Okay. Very cool. Pirates, Athletics. Mike Kretschmann, who just got acquired. Dodgers, Angels. Marlins, Phillies. Jays, Rays. And Astros, Nationals. Well, I think I will make the judgment call here, and I will say Reds Twins will be the one that we'll take a peek at. So let's go in to manage that game. It's a 4:05 start. Sean Paxlayer gifting a sub over to fellow GM Jamie Thurman. Thank you for that, Mike. So I think we're at least, that's got to be at least at 86. Again, I will do a running count and I will be more specific in the Discord so that everybody has a better understanding on that. I got it written down. All right, so Reds Twins is where we'll go. Let me remove myself for the moment because, again, the one level of managerial that we're doing is to give you guys the opportunity to decide who you want to see play. So we've got Dylan Humphrey, who is a community graded player. Forrest Haytert is a community graded player. John Cotton and Eddie Yost are 1.0 legends. Xavier Odom, 269 average, homer, 2 RBI for the X-Man. And JR is going to like this one because Christian Scott is contending for spot in the Reds rotation, he says. All right, so first things first. Let's change this so that you guys can make managerial adjustments. JR, any changes you want to do here? Trey Griffey is showing his tire at 81%. You good with that? Excuse me. I apologize for the cough, everybody. Got Camden Clark also. That's Jake Clark's player. I don't know if Jake Clarkster is here in the chat tonight. Work that guy. Work him until his legs fall off, says Jamie. Meanwhile, let's see. Trey Griffey in center field. Camden Clark in at DH. Any further lineup changes there? I start out every Monday at no better than 73%. He'll live. Good call, Tim. Good call. All right, all good. So, over to Ken and GT Sundown. Odom is going to go to the leadoff spot. And I believe you're saying Louis Alex Fernandez will scoot up to the number 2. Watching the stream on your 65-inch Sony OLED. Spreadsheets never look so good. You know what doesn't look good in 65 inches? My face. Give Espinoza the start at third over Sensen Faltine the third. That should be good. All right, Kobe Halter will be the starter in this one. Oh, dear God, no. I am never doing one of those close-up cams like a Respawn does, because Respawn just, like, gives me a heart attack every time he has to put me that close, because I don't need to count how many nose hairs, nor do I need you guys to count how many nose hairs I have. Thank you. Feet cam, well, I don't have a foot fetish, so that's not happening either. All right, we'll give you guys a chance to bet on this game, but we're doing it in Winter League format. We're keeping it simple. Just pick the winner. Reds winning this one, or are the Twins winning this one? If you pick the right team, 50 balls of yarn. You pick the wrong team, 25 balls of yarn. It's as simple as that. You have until the third inning. Yeah, feet cam only in iRacing. I have to agree with that. I could have a lizard cam. If anybody really wants to watch Mr. Percy just sit there. All right. Let's get ourselves over to Estadio Chevron, shall we? Hey, Kenny. Back to Estadio Chevron we go. As we get ready to watch the Reds taking on the Twins here, let's look at the defensive alignments in this one before we get underway. Luis Alex Fernandez is out in left field. Xavier Odom is your center fielder. Cletus Meldrum is in right field. Alfredo Espinoza over at third. Dorian Gonzalez is your shortstop. Kevin Kendall is at second. And Kendrick Galileo is over at first. Jeff Goldbach is behind the dish on the hill. 0-2 in Winter League action. Colby Halter. Halter 3-6 in his Winter League career. He's a 24-year-old from Jackson, Florida. 12-9 record with AAA Rochester this past year. All right, we're doing this in quick format. So, with that said, Eddie Yost will step in. Yost hitting .259 with a homer. 6 RBI. Here we go. Let's have some fun. 1-2 pitch to Yost. Swing and a miss. Goes with a curveball up in the zone and fools him completely. Exactly how Eddie Yost felt about swinging on that pitch. First strikeout on the day for Colby Halter. One out now, community creative player Dylan Humphrey, who we haven't seen around here for a bit. Humphrey, the first baseman, 147 average in Winter League play with a home run and 3 RBI. He did hit .309 in his career. You bet, Pirate. The 2-2 pitch. To left field. Going back. But right in front of the warning track, Luis Alex Fernandez is there to make the catch for the out. Hey, Jay Clark is here. Jay Clark, your player Camden Clark is in DH today, batting 7th in tonight's game. So a few community creative players that we will get to watch in this one. Oh boy, Attica's working hard on that 32nd team that eMLB will be adding next offseason. John Cotton was a huge 1.0 name back in the day. 293 average for Cotton, 4 home runs and 9 RBI as he tries to make a name for himself in this Reds organization. Alternate Park, Yellowstone National. The 2-2. To left field. Fernandez comes in towards the line, pulls it in, makes the play, and retires the side. Good deal. 1-2-3 inning for the Twins, excuse me. Reds get nothing. Twins coming up. As I die. Let's look at the defensive alignment for the Reds before we get back underway. Could this be the outfield of the Reds' future? John Cotton in left, Trey Griffey in center, Eddie Yost is in right field. I think you're planning Jim Stone out there, aren't you? Dylan Humphrey is over at third today. Jay Wolf is your shortstop. J.R. Frankenstero is at second base. And Juan Kiricuto is over at first. Forrest Haytert is behind the dish this evening. On the hill, Christian Scott. Scott being looked at very closely here this year. Oh, that didn't work. I didn't want to do that. Scott is a 26-year-old right-hander from Parkland, Florida. Throws upper 90s, keeps the ball down with decent movement. Fastball, slider, changeup combination. It was 11-8 with AAA Louisville last year as he tries to position himself for spring training and trying to get to the Great American Ballpark. Xavier Odom, community-created player of longtime friend, the serial killer. 269 with a home run and 2 RBI for the X-Man. The 0-1 pitch. Grounded to short. Well positioned over there by Jay Wolf. Pulls it over to first for the out, and I just realized I didn't set anything to computer AI yet. Whoops! One out now. Louis Alex Fernandez, your batter. Fernandez was an amazing story in Winter League last year. We'll see if he can do it again. Unfortunately, slow start this year. 226 with 2 home runs and 4 RBI. He was a 349 hitter last year with 18 home runs. First pitch he sees, grounds it up the middle. Moving to his right, Frankenstero. Hard throw over to first in time for the second out. 2 outs now on 3 pitches from Christian Scott. Kendrick Galileo will come into the box. Just a 147 clip for Galileo with an RBI. 3-1 pitch from Scott. It's going to miss low with the fastball, ball 4. We'll get a 2-out walk for Galileo. He's aboard. 1 stolen base for him in the tournament. That'll put Cletus Maldrum into the box. Maldrum, pretty decent power threat. Unfortunately, 0 for 11 so far in tournament play. 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. 94 mile an hour up in the zone away. Couldn't come around on it. That's a strikeout for Christian Scott. Side is retired, 1 inning in the books. No score here from Estadio Chevron, which is located in Tijuana, Mexico. Trey Griffey, Forrest Hayter, Jay Wolf are scheduled up here against Kobe Halter. Griffey steps into the box, hitting .289, no home runs, 8 runs batted in. 2-1 pitch. Rolled over to second. That is there for Kendall. He'll make the throw to first for the out. Forrest Hayter will come into the box. The possible catcher of the future for the Reds is hitting .160 with no homers and 4 runs batted in. A 1-2 pitch. Pops it up, left side. Calling for it is the third baseman, Espinoza. He has it, makes the catch for the second out. Hey, Twerky, while you check your points, this is a reminder to me to remind you to don't forget to create your player and send me that information so I can get your player into the upcoming amateur draft. 2 outs now here. Jay Wolf, the shortstop, comes in. Couple home runs in this tournament, hitting .219 with 2 homers and 4 RBI. The 1-0 count. To center field. Not overly deep. Moving over, Xavier Odom makes the catch to his right. Side is retired. 1-2-3. Go the Reds again. Inning and a half done. No score. Bottom of the second, Jeff Goldbach will start us off against Christian Scott. Goldbach, the catcher, 208 average with 1 RBI. The 1-1 pitch. Grounded to second. Easy play over there for Frankenstero. He'll throw to first for the out. 1 out now. That'll put Charles Mack, the left-hander, into the box. He's hitting .286 with a home run and 5 RBI. Full count pitch coming. Swing and a miss. 97 low and in, and he gets him.
Fatality.
Christian Scott racks up his second strikeout on the day. We've got 2 outs now. Kevin Kendall, the second baseman, comes in. Kendall, just a 184 clip with no homers and 1 RBI. 2-1 delivery. Slapped over to third. Well positioned over there is Dylan Humphrey. Throws to first and it goes wide. It skidded through the dirt, got past Caracuto. That's going to be an error charge to Dylan Humphrey. No! Kendall will get to second base. Should have been out of the inning instead. It's an E5. Christian Scott back on the hill with Dorian Gonzalez at the dish. Kevin Kendall at second. Gonzalez the shortstop. 208 average. No home runs and 3 RBI. Scott's first pitch. Line shot right over. What a reflex from Scott. Lined and caught. Just a quick snatch and he makes the grab, and that's going to retire this side. Saw his life flash before his eyes, but he makes the play and escapes the inning. 2 innings done. No score here from Tijuana. Top third we go. Kobe Halter has the bottom third of the Reds order. We'll start it off with community-created player Camden Clark. Clark 0 for 1 so far this season. Clark's a 19-year-old from Gahanna, Ohio. The catcher will be in the DH role today. Was a third-round draft pick back in 2025. First pitch he sees. He's going to hit it into right field. Ranging to his right is Cletus Maldrum. Makes the catch for the out. 1 out now. Juan Caracuto, the first baseman, will come in. Caracuto hitting pretty good. 367 average. No homers. 4 RBI. The 1-1. To left field. This one is going to bloop in and get down for a base hit. Gonzalez kept going back, thinking he had a chance on it, but that one just kept floating further and further out, and it gets past them and into left for the first hit on the day. Caracuto gets it. Got a 1-out base runner at first, and J.R. Frankenstero, the second baseman, will come in 0 for 1 so far in tournament play. Frankenstero was a second-round draft pick last season. The 1-1. To center field, Odom ranges over to his left, reads it well, makes the two-handed catch, throws it in for the second out, and Caracuto heads back to first. 2 outs now, back to the top of the order. We will go. Eddie Yost is your batter. Yost 0 for 1 today. The 0-1. To left field, well hit. Going back, still going back, reaches up and makes the catch right in front of the warning track, right in front of the wall is Louis Alex Fernandez. The side is retired. They'll leave a runner aboard. 2.5 done. No score here from Tijuana, Mexico. Bottom of the third we go. It's the last chance in this game for you to bet. All you got to do in chat, write down which team you think's going to win. If you're right, 50 balls of yarn. If you're wrong, 25 balls of yarn are taken from your kitty. Ha! Kitty! Get it? Never mind. Dad joke. Dad joke. Alfredo Espinoza, the number 9 hitter, will come in to take on Christian Scott. Then Xavier Odom, Louis Alex Fernandez due up after. Espinoza, 2 for 18. That's a 111 clip with a home run and 2 RBI. The 0-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Fooled by the slider. Third strikeout on the day now for Christian Scott. We've got one out here. Bottom of the third is Xavier Odom, the leadoff hitter, back in 0 for 1 today. Ha. Good one, Tim. 2-2 pitch. To center field. That one got fisted off and into center for a base hit. Odom takes the wide corner, heads back to first. Always a stolen base threat over there. 3 steals for him in the tournament so far. He's aboard at first with 1 out. Louis Alex Fernandez is the batter, 0 for 1 today. The 1-2 pitch swung and popped up into foul territory on the left side. Humphrey will make the catch near the third base coach's box for the second out. 2 outs now. Kendrick Galileo is your batter. Galileo walked in his first appearance. The 1-1. Hard shot to second. Diving stop. That one's just going to get off the glove. Great diving attempt from Frankenstero. He will let the ball just trickle by. Grabs it. No play at any base. Odom is safe. Galileo will have an infield hit. Second hit on the day now for the Twins. We've got 2 on, 2 outs. Cletus Maldrum, 0 for 12 in tournament play. Good time for him to get on the board. The 1-2. Hard shot back towards the mound, but well played by Scott. He'll throw to first. Side will be retired. 2 will be left aboard. The Twins will come up empty, though. 3 innings are in the books. No more bets. Steve, your bet will count. Because I saw it after I said no more bets, so it will count. All right, top 4 we go. Colby Halter will take on Dylan Humphrey. John Cotton, Trey Griffey are due up. Dylan Humphrey, 0 for 1 today. He had an error earlier on. 0-1 pitch. Grounded towards short. Easy roller for Gonzalez. He'll throw to first for the out. Good defensive pitching matchup here so far. One out here, top of the 4th. John Cotton, now your batter, 0 for 1. With a 1-2 pitch. Fisted over to third. That is Espinoza having it. Throws to first for the second out. 2 outs now. Trey Griffey will come into the box, 0 for 1. 3-1 count. The delivery. Gonna miss just low, ball 4. Griffey will earn the 2-out walk. First walk issued by Colby Halter today. Griffey over at first. Forrest Hayter, your batter now, 0 for 1. The 1-2. Grounded over to second. Well positioned to his left is Kevin Kendall. He'll throw to first. In time, side will be retired. Runner will be left aboard. 3.5 in the books. No score between the Reds and the Twins. Christian Scott back to the hill for his 4th inning of work. 47 pitches in thus far. Jeff Goldbach, Charles Mack, Kevin Kendall are due up. We'll start with Goldbach, an 0 for 1 today. The 1-2 pitch. Line shot right back up the middle. Boy, that one had some sizzle on it. Gets through for a base hit. Goldbach rounds first. He will get back to the bag. 3rd hit on the day now for the Twins. Leadoff runner is aboard. Charles Mack back to the box. Charles Mack is back in the box. 0 for 1. You bet, Pirate. 1-1 pitch. To right center field. Going back about 8 feet in front of the warning track. Trey Griffey will read it. Make the catch with the wind blowing right to left. That is the first out. 1 out now. Kevin Kendall is your batter. Kendall 0 for 1. First pitch is going to be in there for a strike. Golbach was on the run. Was that a stolen? No, that was a high ball. But Golbach isn't known for speed. Gotta wonder if that was a missed hit and run. Nevertheless, Forrest Haytert, easy gun down. Caught stealing. 2 outs now with Kendall up. 3-2 pitch. Look out. 95-mile-an-hour fastball around the feet. Don't look good. Trainer comes out, takes a peek at the right foot. Looks like he is going to be able to remain in the game, so Kevin Kendall is going to try to work it out. 2 outs now. Number 8 hitter Dorian Gonzalez is the batter. 0 for 1. 2-1 pitch. Rolled over to first. Easy play over there for Juan Kiricuto. He'll step on the bag. Side will be retired. They'll leave a runner aboard. 4 innings are now done. No score. Bunch of goose eggs so far here in Tijuana. Mega. Third time the Thundercats have been summoned this evening. This time, can't talk. This time it's Jamie Thurman who gets it. Congrats. No worries, Denver. Thank you. Appreciate the help. Jay Wolf is your batter to start off this top of the 5th. Halter, 52 pitches here through his first 4 innings. Just 1 hit, 1 walk allowed so far. The 1-2 pitch. Back towards the mound. Halter has it to his left. He'll throw over to Galileo in time for the out. 1 out now. Back in. Camden Clark is 0 for 1 today. The 1-2 pitch. To left field. Coming in, sizing it up, Alex Fernandez, and Louis Alex makes the catch for the second out. 2 outs now. Juan Kiricuto will be your batter. He's 1 for 1 today, has the only hit for the Reds. 3-2 pitch. Grounded to short. Well played there for Gonzalez. He'll throw over to first. Side is retired. 1, 2, 3 inning. Halfway through this ball game, it's been a quick one. No score. So Caillou grew up to be a Rockies first baseman? Funny. Alfredo Espinoza will start us off here. Bottom of the 5th. Christian Scott, 64 pitches so far today. 4 innings, 3 hits, 1 walk, and 3 strikeouts to this point. Espinoza 0 for 1 on a 2-2 count. Lifts it to right field. Moving over, plenty of room out there is Eddie Yost. Makes the catch. 1 out. Back to the top of the order for the 3rd time. Xavier Odom will be your batter. Should cut him to teach him a lesson. The 1-1 pitch to Odom. Down towards first. Good play position from Kiricuto. He'll step on the bag and beat Odom to the bag for the second out. Haven't seen that show for over 10 years. I still hate that kid. The only thing I ever got from Caillou other than that kid's a little blank is the sister Rosie. You know, I don't they're not butterflies to me. Thanks to that show, when I see a butterfly, I say flutterby. That's the only thing I ever gained from that show. But I had, young daughters as well, too, so, they like flutterby as a cuter name. Louis Alex Fernandez is 0 for 2 tonight. 3-2 pitch. Grounded to first. Juan Caracuto has been busy this inning. He'll step on the bag again. Side is retired. 5 innings are in the books. This has been a pitching clinic on both sides so far. It's no score. All right, J.R. Frankenstero, Eddie Yost, Dylan Humphrey are scheduled up for the Reds here. Frankenstero is 0 for 1 today. The 1-2. Got him looking. Throws a nice off-speed pitch, just froze him completely. That was beautiful on the outer half of the plate. Second strikeout on the day for Colby Halter. 1 out here, top of the 6th. Eddie Yost will give it a go again. He's 0 for 2 today. The 1-2 pitch. Grounded to third. Positioned there is Espinoza. He'll throw to first in time for the second out. The Good Night Show? I don't know if I remember that one. Oh, I think I remember it. All right, 2 outs now. Dylan Humphrey is your batter. Humphrey tonight is 0 for 2. The 3-2 pitch. That one's going to miss just outside. Ball 4. Halter's second walk on the day. It's a 2-out walk issued to Humphrey. That show looked like a cable access show. Well, most of those ones did. All right. John Cotton comes into the box tonight. He's 0 for 2. Hey, you got a perfect Kevin Gossman from your drop backs tonight. Nice work. 1-2 pitch to Cotton. To right center field. This one's got some distance, but moving over is Xavier Odom, and he will pull it in to make the play. That will retire the side. 5.5 innings are now done here from Tijuana. Reds nothing. Twins nothing. We go to the bottom of the 6th. Christian Scott ready to take on Kendrick Galileo. Cletus Maldrum and Jeff Goldbach are scheduled up this inning. Galileo 1 for 1 today. Twins have 3 hits on the day thus far. 3-0 count from Scott. Misses inside 97. Didn't miss by much, but it's a walk by Christian Scott. Second walk on the day. It's a leadoff walk. Cletus Maldrum is 0 for 2 tonight. First pitch. Swings its slow roller over to third. A hard charge coming in from Humphrey. He'll throw to first. Not in time. Cletus Maldrum is going to beat it out. That was a hard play for Humphrey, who had to come in hard on that one. But Maldrum, not the fastest guy, was able to get in time for the infield hit. 4 hits now for the Twins. Runners at first and second. Nobody out. Here comes Jeff Goldbach. He's 1 for 2 today. The 0-2 pitch. Got him looking with the fastball on the outer half.
Emotional damage.
4th strikeout on the day for Christian Scott. Big one in that instance. That's going to be all for him today, though, as he's done through 5 1/3. In comes Jesus Rojas. Rojas, 4 innings of work, 2 earned runs, 1 walk, and 5 strikeouts so far. He pitched for AAA Louisville this past year. He had a mid-5 ERA, the 23-year-old Venezuelan right-hander. Oh, sorry about that. Charles Mack will be the first to greet him. Mack tonight, 0 for 2. Does this make the difference here? A 1-2. Swing and a miss. 98 on the gun. And nothing but crickets on that swing. First strikeout for Jesus Rojas. 2 outs now. Kevin Kendall comes to the box. 0 for 1. The 2-1 pitch. Hard shot to third. Quick throw from Humphrey over to second. It's gonna sail. Well, it says sails into the outfield, but you saw that he kind of blocked it, knocked it down. Everybody's gonna be safe. That's the second error by Dylan Humphrey. Dylan Humphrey's gonna become the new Tony Madrano. Bases loaded now. 2 outs. Dorian Gonzalez is your batter. He's 0 for 2. 3-2 pitch. Misses low and away. Ball 4. It's going to force in the first run of the game. Unearned error. Or unearned run, we should say. And a new pitcher already in as Rojas' day is done. Lefty Nolan Arroyo is going to come in. 5 innings of work. Scoreless thus far. 5 hits, 1 walk. He will take on Alfredo Espinoza, who's not as good against lefties. The 1-0 pitch. To right field. This one's got a little bit of distance going back right to the warning track. Eddie Yost will pull it in and make the catch. The bases will be left loaded full of Twins, but they will get 1. In that case, 6 innings are in the books. Twins 1, Reds nothing. Halter still in 88 pitches to this point. Trey Griffey, Forrest Hayter, Jay Wolf are scheduled up. Griffey 0 for 1 tonight. He walked earlier on. A 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Stays with the off-speed pitch away, and he got him.
Where's the kaboom? There was supposed to be an earth-shattering kaboom.
Kaboom indeed. 1 out now. Forrest Hayter will be your batter. He's 0 for 2 tonight. First pitch from Halter, slapped over the right side. That's going to be a seeing eye single as everybody tried to make a grab for it, and it gets by. Just the second hit on the day for the Reds. It gets a runner aboard with 1 out. Jay Wolf will now be the batter. Wolf is 0 for 2 today. The 3-1 pitch. Hard shot into left field. Fair ball. That stays down the line. Hayter's going to try to head for home. Here's the play at the plate. No, they're going to cut it off. It's an RBI double. This game is tied at 1. Jay Wolf will get his 5th RBI on the tournament, and he'll tie this ball game 1-1. Camden Clark back into the box. 0 for 2 today. The 0-1. Slap to first. Position Galileo. He'll throw to Halter covering. That will be the out. Jay Wolf will get over to third. And that will be it for Colby Halter as Alexis Pichardo, the right-hander, is being summoned from the bullpen. Inning and a third, scoreless thus far in this tournament for Pichardo. He's a 23-year-old from the Dominican.
If you would join us.
Played in A-ball last season. 21 saves for him. B-Dub 30 Cent Tuesday. That's a pretty good name. Welcome to the Flufficated Ninjas show. And pardon the COVID cough. Juan Kiricuto is your batter. Kiricuto 1 for 2. 1-0 pitch. Slap to second. Position there, Kevin Kendall. He'll throw to first. in time to retire this side. 7th inning stretch. We know what time it is.
I was born to love you. I was born to lick your face. I was born to rub you. But you were born to rub me first.
7th inning stretch. Fluffy Kitty Ninja Show. Reds and the Twins here in our one game we'll peek at this evening as we had the Rule 5 draft earlier on. We'll go bottom of the 7th now with a 1-1 ball game. A rendition? A what? I'm so confused. Anyway, Ron Lara will come in as a pinch hitter. Xavier Odom's night is done. Lara 6 for 13 so far this season in Winter League play with a homer and 5 RBI. Here, boy. Good boy. Sorry. The 1-1 pitch to Lara. To right field. Going back. Making the play, Eddie Yost for the out. What the heck is a rendition? Now you've got me like, what? I have no clue. Anyway. I figured, I thought rendition, but I was like, rendition? Is that one of James Denton's kids? I don't know. Anyway. All right, Luis Alex Fernandez is your batter. 0 for 3. An indention? A detention? Who knows? The 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Got him completely with the slider. Sharp pitch right there. First strikeout on the day for Nolan Arroyo. Dentures, maybe. Yeah. Don't knock them until you try them, right? I'll take a pass. Convention? We'll just try to... We'll play the... Here's why you're wrong with your spelling, Aiden, because now we keep trying to guess which word you might be coming up with. All right, Kendrick Galileo is your batter. He's 1 for 1 with an 0-1 pitch. To center field, well struck. Going back, still going back. This one's going to be caught on the warning track by Trey Griffey. These guys are rocking in the channel. Retention, yes, maybe that's what it is. Water retention, who knows? I have no clue what's going on in there, and I don't dare right now. Top of the 8th, we go. Jake Snyder is going to come in to take on Alexis Pichardo, the pinch hitter. Snyder, 1 for 4 with a couple RBIs in tournament play so far. 1-2 pitch. By the way, if this is tied at the end of 9, I'm simming it. It's Winter League. Sorry, it's not playoffs. Gets the strikeout there.
Fatality.
1 out, 1 strikeout for Pichardo. Top of the order, Eddie Yost is 0 for 3. Just 7 hits on the day by both sides. The 1-1. Line shot into center field, and Yost will get his first hit on the night. All right, time for another Halls breezer here. I can feel it. Excuse me, gang. Oh, boy. Hall stocks is on the increase indeed. Yep. Dylan Humphrey is your batter. Humphrey tonight 0 for 2. We got 1 on, 1 out here in the top of the 8th. Both sides with 4 hits now. The 1-2. Swing and a miss. Fools him completely with the fastball coming inside. Strike 3.
Hey, bada, swing, bada.
Second strikeout now for Pichardo. John Cotton will now be your batter with 2 outs. He's 0 for 3. The 0-1 pitch. Swinging bunt right back to the mound. To throw from Pichardo. That one's going to go wide. E1 on that one as Galileo can't short hop it. Cotton will take second on the error. Yost will get down to third. Go! First error for the Twins. It's by Alexis Pichardo. Wrong time to do it. Trey Griffey is in the box. 0 for 2. Do they walk him? Well, 3-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Boy, they go up huge against them and they bring them down big time.
Fatality.
Side is retired. Trey Griffey, have a seat. 7.5 in the books here. It's 1-1. Hold on. Just got to alert the wife. Alrighty. Bottom of the 8th, Nolan Arroyo still in there. Jerry Sherman comes in as a pinch hitter. Sherman, 8 for 33. That's a 242 average with no homers and 5 RBI to this point. 2-2 pitch. Shot down the line. Diving attempt. Gatwin will get by for a base hit. Heading for second is Sherman. He will get in there ahead of the throw. It's a leadoff double. Cool. Mariners on a run. Sherman's at second. Jeff Goldbach is now your hitter. 1 for 3 today. The 1-1 pitch. To second. Snyder has it. He'll throw Goldbach out for the out. Sherman is over to third now. Defensive change was Jake Snyder over at second now, by the way. Charles Mack is the batter. 1 out, runner at third. The go-ahead run is at third. Mack is 0 for 3. The 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Fools him with the slider. Great pitch from Nolan Arroyo. Big time drama in this one, right? 2 outs now. Kevin Kendall, the lefty, comes in. He's 0 for 2. The pitch. Slapped to short. Hard throw over to first from Jay Wolf will be there in time. They're going to leave the go-ahead run stranded over at third. 8 innings are in the books. It's still tied 1-1. Alrighty, top of the 9th, Alexis Pichardo stays in for his Hayter. Jay Wolf, Camden Clark are scheduled up. Hayter starts us off 1 for 3. First pitch from Pichardo. He'll hit it right back towards the mound as he just swung right over the pitch. It's a slow bouncer. Pichardo diversed. Hayter is out, 1 out. Jay Wolf will be the batter. Wolf today 1 for 3. He has the lone RBI on the day. The 1-2 pitch. Got him looking with the fastball. That's the 4th strikeout today for Alexis Pichardo. 2 outs now. Cole Hinkleman is the DH now coming in to replace Camden Clark. Hinkleman is 1 for 10. That was a home run, 2 RBI to his credit. The 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Got him to go chase outside of the zone. 5 strikeouts for a reliever. You know what that means. Godzilla mode activated for Alexis Pichardo as he gets the strikeout. 5th strikeout on the day. Side retired. Bottom of the 9th, we're going to go. It's still tied at 1. Reminder, if it goes to extra innings, I am going to quick sim it. The throat just cannot handle much more tonight. Sorry, guys. Alrighty, bottom of the 9th we go. Jesus Manuel Hernandez comes in to pitch for the Reds. 3 innings of work, 1 earned run, 3 strikeouts for him to this point. Dorian Gonzalez, Andres Espinoza, and Ron Lara are scheduled up in this inning. Gonzalez 0 for 2 has an RBI. The 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Jams him hard with the 97-mile-an-hour fastball inside. Strike 3.
Next.
Big strikeout from Hernandez as he came in hard against Gonzalez. 1 out here, bottom of the 9th. Pinch hitter Carlos Aguilar has some power. 4 hits and 9 trips to the plate in this tournament so far. See if he can do some damage here. 3-2 pitch. Rolls it over to second. Snyder has it. He'll get Aguilar by a step and a half for 2 outs. Ron Lara is your last hope for this game to be done in normal format. He's 0 for 1. 2-1 count. To right center field. Ranging over. Trey Griffey makes the catch. Side is retired. And that will be the conclusion of this evening's regular play. So we'll half inning it. 2-1. 2-1 is the final. Reds will win. How do they get it? Juan Kirikiuto got a double to start it off. And Trey Griffey drove him in on what looks like a ground out. 2-out RBI. All right. Just 5 hits for both sides in that one. It was a well-pitched game from both sides. Starters did very well. Kobe Halter, 6 2/3. 3 hits, 1 earned run. He walked 2 and struck out 3. Excuse me as I switch back over to this screen so you can see a little bit better, maybe. And then Christian Scott went 5 1/3, 4 hits, 1 run. That was an unearned run off of the error from Dylan Humphrey. 2 walks and 4 strikeouts. Jesus Hernandez gets the win. Andy Glasser came in and got the save. Alexis Pichardo takes the loss. 2 2/3, 2 hits, 1 earned run. He did strike out 5. Colby Halter is considered player of the game in that one. That's the usual tendency of out of the park. All right, gang. Sorry for the kind of abbreviated ending there. But again, the throat is just not in its best spot. So here's the plan. There will be sims for Thursday and Friday, but they will be done offline. So I can give this a little bit of a heel. We are planning, I don't know the schedule officially on Saturday and Sunday. I've got to talk to my parents and see their plan. Chances are they're going to want us to stay up at our family camp on Saturday night into Sunday. So that would kill Coffee with the Commish. And I'm just going to assume it's best to not stream it all this weekend due to my parents' plans. So right now, expect a sim tomorrow and a sim on Friday. And we'll take Saturday and Sunday off to give us a little bit of a break here. All right, did all games play? No, we had one not. So, are you kidding me? I don't know why this is doing this. Sigh. I really hate doing this. Don't need that many players out there, do you? No, I don't think you need that many outfielders. Judgment call, judgment call. I really hate this judgment call. Don't need that many third basemen either. Rudy, have a seat. Wait, 3 more? Oh my god. Why? Why, I says. One more. One more bum. Oh, yeah, I mean, outfielder, because holy crap. Just everybody's out there. Alright, there we go. Oops. That one. Quickly. Alright. So there we go. Hate to do it. I'm just going to call it right there, and we're going to send you over. Let's see. I bet Yuka's just finishing up. She's normally done around this time, so I will avoid going over to Yuka, and I'm going to send over to Crazy Coach. So we'll send you over to the craziest coach we know. He is on the Seattle Mariners in eMLB. Back to the litter box. I'm gonna go. Fluff Kitty Ninjas do assassinate. You're looking at their victim. Next time I can find some glue and tape. I'll put my head back on straight. We'll be back in front of you again for the next 2 nights. I will be simming, but they will be offline. I need to give myself a little bit of a rest and recovery. And this weekend, I'm expecting to be away with family at the family camp. So I am planning on Monday. Tomorrow, Friday, Sims. Monday is when we will return to some streaming action. So remember, how you think directs your life. When you think your best, you're going to be your best. So please go and do your best. And we will see you guys soon enough. Thanks again, as always, for all the support, your time, your energy, and of course, the subs, bits, and donations you choose to do. Have a great night. Enjoy your weekend, since we won't see you again, at least online here, until next week. So have fun. We'll see you soon. Peace.
You jackass!